guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Hello. Thank you so much for liking it, subscribing to it, sharing it, and commenting it. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it a lot. I really do appreciate it. I have a lot of questions today. I have had so many questions. I have about 20 to 30 questions that I have to answer. But please pardon me, because I have started this new series, I am not going to answer questions today. What I am going to do is that I'm going to continue the story today. In the course of the week, I'll come back for about 5 minutes, 8 minutes, just to answer questions. So I'll answer some of your questions in the course of the week. I will answer two today. I will try to answer two questions today. People are asking me how I am doing. I am doing great. I am doing very well. I have not been too well the past 5 days, but at the moment, I can tell you that I am doing very well. Thank you so much for your concern. Thank you very much. I hope you are also doing very well. Now, somebody asked me, where exactly does the cut start from when you are having a liver transplant? When they start cutting you, where does it start from? Now, I asked my doctors about a week ago when I went to clinic, and they said that it starts from just in between your breasts. Right now, if you go down in between your breasts, they said it's called xivistrinum. That is where the cut starts. It is under your breast, just in between your breast. When you go down a little bit, when you catch that breastbone, you catch that breastbone just under your breast. That is where the cut starts from, and it's called xivistrinum. I will put it under the description box. I will put everything under the description box so you know where it starts from. It goes up just as it gets to your belly button, it curves to the right. So that is where it starts from. Somebody else is asking me about my medication. I think that I will answer that question today. I have two very important medications. One is called Adapol. Adapol is my most important medication. Adapol is an anti-rejection medication, and it works hand in hand with another tablet called mycophenolate. Mycophenolate is also an anti-rejection tablet, and it supports the Adapol to work together very well. Mycophenolate and Adapol. The most important medication in my life is Adapol and mycophenolate. So after transplant, what happens is you start taking the Adapol so that the body does not reject the new liver, and the new liver also does not reject the body. So the body and the new liver has to agree. Remember, it is a new liver. Your own liver has been taken out, and you are now having a new liver in you. So it has to agree with your body. So that is where the anti-rejections medications come in. Adapol and mycophenolate. And guys, I tell you, the more you take the anti-rejections, the more it also disturbs the kidney. I will talk about all that when I am answering some of the questions. So Adapol is my most important medication, and mycophenolate supports the Adapol. The two work together. Like I said the other time, I was responding very well to treatment. I was in HDU. My wound was getting dressed every 3 days, and I was doing very well. I remember the doctors coming in to say that, Anita, you are responding so well to treatment, and your new liver is really, really very good. Your body and the new liver are really agreeing very well together. That is what the doctor said. The doctor said, I was in HDU for a while. I was in HDU for about 1 week. After about 1 week 2 weeks, the tube, some of the tubes were taken out. The tube in my mouth was taken out. Remember, guys, like I said, I wasn't eating. They empty the stomach. I have also said that they empty your stomach before the transplant. So after transplant, they try to fill the stomach again. That is where it is very, very difficult. Eating. Eating was one of the most difficult things for me after transplant. To eat something, to drink something. And so that is why after transplant, I was being fed through tubes. So after about a week to 2 weeks, some of the tubes were removed. I remember very well that the tube that was getting rid of the excess water in my stomach, in the body, was removed. So that tube was removed. The tube in my mouth I think, was removed after a week. My sore was getting dressed after every 3 days, and I was doing very well. After 2 weeks, after about 2 weeks, I was transferred to the recovery ward. So I did very well in HDU, responding very well to treatment. After 2 weeks, I was transferred to the recovery ward. I still had my catheter. I still had some of my tubes as well. So one of the biggest tubes was removed, and another tube at my side, I think that was also helping get rid of the excess blood, was also removed. I still had my catheter. I still had my central line. That's one of the tubes called the central line. And I still had the tubes that was around my neck. I had some tubes around my neck. And I think that one was removed and the other one was removed later on. So that is how it was. I was responding very well to treatment. After a while, I was transferred to the recovery ward. At the recovery ward, that is where I had to start, getting myself up bit by bit, little by little. I was getting myself up, sitting up a little bit. So in the mornings, I was being helped to sit up. I started doing that very well. In fact, the doctors were really happy. I was doing that very, very well. My biggest problem was eating. When I started walking, it was also a big problem to me. I started getting myself up. I started, shifting myself and, giggling and everything. So the doctors were happy. Um, my medications, I started swallowing them bit by bit. I started taking my medications. It was some of them, the ones that are too big, like the microphenolate. The ones that I wasn't able to swallow. They were giving it to me in a drip. They was giving it to me in the drip in some of my tubes. So that was what was happening. I started drinking little by little. I started drinking bit by bit. I started trying some few things. When the doctor said, oh, she can start, eating, she can start drinking water little by little. I started drinking it, and it was so difficult, guys. It was so, so difficult to drink, to eat, to get up, to walk. One of the most difficult things that I have ever done. I was so surprised that it can be so difficult after having such a big surgery. You become like a child and you can't do anything. But in the recovery ward, we were about 4 people in the ward, and I was doing great. I think that I was the only person there who has done a liver transplant. The rest were all kidney transplant people. So I was doing so great. I was doing very well. And I was very, very happy when I went to the recovery ward. I was happy. But I'm telling you guys, I was still very confused. I was still very, very confused. Sometimes I don't know where I am. Sometimes I'm looking for my son. Sometimes I'm asking about my husband. Sometimes I am, thinking, why am I here? But as time went on, it got better and better. I don't want to talk much. I will end here. I will come and answer some questions in my next video. It will all be the answers of the questions that you have sent to me. I will answer them, and I tell you I am doing well. Take very good care of yourself. You know, be happy in life, like I always say. Don't keep grudges. I am happy that you are watching me all the time. I am very, very grateful. I am so grateful. Take care of yourself, and I will come your way again.